somewhere, and my daughter Laura is on a law school conference. Also, a Framingham native is here. My dad, so he came out, so thanks, Dad, for coming out to support me. This is a tough race we have. Karen talked about it. It's going to be tough, and it's going to be ugly, and we're going to see a lot of things happen. If those of you that were around in 2004 and involved in the election in 2004 know how tough this election is going to be, and that's how tough this is going to be. We got to gear up, and we need your help. The issue is, this is about us, and about us taking our state and moving it ahead, and getting jobs for people, protecting our seniors, making sure we have a first-class, world-class education here in Massachusetts, and also protecting our environment. Those are the things we really need to do. I've talked to a whole lot of you. We've had a whole lot of things. We've had a really tough couple of years, and especially the last couple of years. And there's a lot of people who have lost their jobs. Many in this room have lost jobs. I know I've talked to many people about that and how we move forward. We need to begin to create jobs in Massachusetts, and we need to create jobs for everyone. Karen talked about what's happening with the governor, and the governor is signing the bill today on economic recovery for Massachusetts. That's going to be tremendous. That's the work that Karen did in the Senate, that I've worked on in the House. It's stuff that we really need to do. It's jobs for everybody, and it's not a class system or anything else. We're creating jobs. We're allowing businesses to grow, and that's what we're doing. The second big issue in this campaign is an issue that is very close to me, and I can look around the room and I see it's very close to a lot of people. It's really tied to the economy. It's education. Not a big stretch there, but we know that people come and companies come here to Massachusetts because they want an educated workforce. They need an educated workforce. And for us to continue to be strong as a Commonwealth, and for us to be strong as a region, we need to have the best education. We know right now, according to the MCAS test and some other testing, that Massachusetts is testing the top in the world. We need to keep that up. And it's very important, and it's critical that we do that. The other issue is, I look around and I see some other folks, is the issue of how we fund education. It's a huge issue. When you fund education, the problem we have right now with funding education is that you're required to pay for your children's education here in the United States. That education isn't free anymore. Public education isn't free anymore. We know that you're all paying money for buses, for sports, for anything else that is required in education. And there's also, for those of you that still have kids in school, it's the daddy, I need a check before they go off to school. We know those numbers add up to thousands of dollars a year per kid, per family. That's a huge issue. Because what's going to happen is we're going to have people, there's going to be a divide between the haves and the have-nots, and we have to take care of that. And I think that's part of why we're in this race, is because we need to do that. We need to make sure that we protect education here in Massachusetts. One of the things I think Karen mentioned, or I don't remember if you mentioned it or not, is the issue of the adequacy study, which is so critical here for Metro West. The adequacy study is, as we move ahead, we'll be reforming Chapter 70 likely in this next session. So you need some people that understand education to be there as they reform Chapter 70. Karen and I have worked on an adequacy study, which is really critical to Metro West, because it says, how much does it cost to educate someone here in Metro West? How much does it cost to educate someone here in Framingham? How much does it cost to educate someone in Ashland? How do you do that? What do you need to do? That's critical as we move forward. The next piece is, and I'll address this to some of the seniors, we need to make sure that the seniors can stay in their homes. That's a huge issue on a whole lot of fronts, but I'm just going to talk about the tax issue. One of the things we did while we were in there is we reformed the circuit breaker, and we made it easier for seniors to receive money back so they don't have to pay so much for their property taxes. That's a big issue. We need to keep them in their homes. The last issue is we need to protect the environment. We're looking at all sorts of issues. We're looking at clean energy. We just had the issue with the problem in the Gulf. We need to be stewards of our environment. So again, we need your help. We all need to work together. This is our race. This is our Commonwealth. We need to take it and do what we need to do. We need to create jobs here in Massachusetts. We need to make sure we have a first-class education. We need to protect our seniors, and we need to be stewards of the environment. So thank you all for coming out. We need your help. I also want to take note, we have a great representative here with us, Carolyn Dykema, who's our neighboring representative.
And you all have great representatives in the House and the Senate as well, and a great team, and we need to work to get it back. So, all of us.
And then I have two more announcements. One is Pam Richardson was here earlier, who's also the representative for Framingham. And I also want to introduce my campaign manager, Courtney Elkhart, who's here, and she's going to wave her hand. You can see Courtney, she's nice to help out in the campaign.
We're going to come up, me and Lindsay, and give them a
Okay, you're going to give them a big
Oh,
So thank you all for coming.
All coordinated. Just
Thank
one
you
more
for-
thing.